What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and if this is your first time stopping in, welcome. Today we're going to be going over mixing our own water wicking high gloss finish chemical to add to your detailing routine. So first I would like to say that this is not an end-all, do-all product. This is something that you want to add to your detailing routine to make life a little bit easier. This maintains your detail shine throughout the week until you get to your next washing or detailing cycle. So you want to combine this with your average wash routine. It works best with people who like to just an average wash bucket and hose kind of clean. It'll maintain that super clean, awesome high gloss finish until about the next time that you want to wash your car. It lasts about a week and a half to 2 weeks is what I've experienced personally, depending on how crazy the weather wants to get. If it's raining every single day and stuff's blowing all over it and getting all over it and stuff, it's gonna last a little bit less. It'll last you about a week and a half or so, but it's pretty good for a product that you can basically put together yourself for around $12. So let's get into the chemicals that we are using here. So what you'll see is you're gonna need, you don't need 3 bottles. I just happened to put the chemicals that I use in these bottles. You're going to need 1 spray bottle. It works the best in spray form. The first chemical that we have here that you're going to need is your favorite non-acidic. That's really important. Non-acidic quick detail spray. I have a carb wax infused quick detail spray, and the reason that these bottles are not labeled or that I'm not using big name brands or anything like that, or saying use any one brand, is because this can be mixed together with a multitude of different brands out there. You've just got to keep the non-acidic part congruent throughout any brand that you use. So non-acidic quick detailer. Next, you're going to want this clear liquid here. This one's important. It is a silicone based glass and plastic cleaner used primarily from automotive surfaces. This is a big name brand that happens to come in a yellow bottle, but this is an important step. This is what's going to give you that water wicking sealant on top of a high gloss finish, because it'll bond to the outer paintwork of your car. Not very strongly. I mean, it's not like you got to sand it off or anything. It'll come off on its own, no problem. But yes, silicone-based glass and plastic cleaner. This is important. You can get these for the bottle that I'm using. The brand that I'm using was $4.90 or so at the store. So go ahead and pick yourself up some of that. And what we're going to do is mix these 2 chemicals together. So the mixing ratios that you're going to want to use, that I've been using for years now. I've been mixing this chemical to maintain my clean shine and stuff whenever I'm feeling lazy about washing my car. I've been using this for the better part of 5 years. So the mixing ratio I like to use is I like to just coat with your quick detailer just the very bottom of whatever size container that you're using. Just the very bottom till about half an inch or so from the bottom up is all the quick detailer that you are going to want to use. And then as far as your silicone-based glass and plastic water wicking cleaner, I like to pour in till I'm about halfway up the container. So till about halfway up. I don't know, I guess that would probably be close to like a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 ratio. Possibly, I don't know. This will about do. Not quite halfway there, but this is a really small container. It should work no problem. Go ahead and put your lid back on and shake it around a bit. And you've just mixed your very own high gloss water wicking finish extremely easily that is safe in my experience. Everybody experiences things differently. I don't want you to be like, Matt, all the paint fucking fell off my car because you told me to mix these. In my experience, every car I've ever owned and every car I've ever professionally detailed for somebody, this has never steered me wrong. It's never chipped people's paint. It's never stripped vinyl off their car. It's never ruined any of their plastics or anything. But be careful when doing it. This is considered a misuse of these products. So I recommend testing your concoction out on either small underside panels, or if you have a spare hood, or just, you know, small areas that you don't mind if something were to go wrong. I'm not saying it will, but if it were to go wrong, you wouldn't mind having it go wrong there. Test it on small areas, see what works for you. Test a bunch of different brands, see what your favorite brands happen to be. You can end up making this for extremely cheap if you buy products off of the internet, like Amazon and such. You can get away with making this for like $5. So let's go outside and test the product and see how well it works. Okay, so we are out here to test the product. The car was just washed. It was just bucket washed. No clay barring or polishing or anything like that was done to it, but neighbors decided it was an awesome time to leaf blow their front lawn and got dust all over the place. We are very thankful for that. So you're just going to want to spray the chemical out on the surface. If I could get some chemical up in the thing. After you've done your wash, of course. And then it's a good rule of thumb whenever spraying anything onto the surface to spray in, or not to spray, to wipe in vertical and horizontal motions. You don't want to do any crazy diagonals or anything like that. Just keep everything as uniform as possible whenever you're applying anything to your vehicle to avoid swirls and scratches. That's the best way to do it. What's awesome that I found about this chemical is you can layer it on your paint a couple of times and achieve a little bit better of a water wicking finish. It lasts a tiny bit longer when layered that I found, but not very much. It's really dependent on the weather and how much crap is really going on in your life. If you drive through like construction sites, if you've got rain every single day and stuff, it's not going to last as long as some of those ceramic coatings and everything else. But hey, it was $12. So in my experience, it's good on glasses, the windshields, the plastics. It's pretty decent that I found at helping brake dust and things not to stick to the wheels. I don't spray the brakes or the calipers or anything. I use it on the very outermost part of my wheels and my rims and such. I don't really use it on the interior of cars, only because there's a lot of really sensitive stuff on the interior. A lot of people have leather, a lot of people have wood, a lot of people have carbon fibers and such. There's specific cleaners that you want to use for that. This, like I said, this isn't an end-all do-all product. This is just to help maintain your vehicle's super shiny finish and stuff for a little bit longer after your weekend washes. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. You can see super glossy mirror finish. I've gone ahead and coated the vast majority of the car. It's looking really good all the way around, and this is just after a bucket and hose wash. This isn't anything fancy. This is going to hold me over until I decide that I want to do a full detail, but just after 15 minutes, let's see how water resistant the surface is. You can see how well that's already beating after 15 minutes. The cleanup is going to be just as easy. One to two passes and it's already dry again. No streaks, no nothing. Let's try a continuous stream of water, as if you were to spray it with the hose, or if it was to be crazy horrible downpouring, I guess would be comparable to this. And it just beads right off. Go straight down in really tiny streaks here. As you can see, the mirror finish on this is incredibly vibrant. Like I said before, test the products you want to use on, test the products you want to use on small areas of the car before you actually mix them and use them, just to be 100% sure that you're not going to ruin any of your surfaces and everything like that. That's just a good rule of thumb before you use any detailing product on your car, because they all react differently. Alrighty, and that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully this chemical works out for you guys. Go ahead and post pictures to my Facebook or my Instagram or anything like that. Send me pictures of how your car comes out. If your paint peels off and falls on the ground because you've mixed this together, don't show me that. I'm not responsible for that. It wasn't me. But if you guys like this kind of content, you want more little tips and tricks similar to this to make your detailing life a little bit easier, comment down below what you want to see or what you need help with. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If this is your first time stopping in, be sure to watch some of my other videos to decide whether or not you want to subscribe and follow along. But until then, I will see you guys next time. To make your detailing life easier, what the fuck is that? Oh God, that was gross.